Hey guys, it's MilcaT and I'm back again with another video. I think today's probably going to be one of my longest videos, so you know, maybe you guys should grab a drink or something.
Hello? Hello? Hi. Hi. What do you mean you don't know who this is? Tu es sûr que tu es qu'on y va? Donc, petite, you're so annoying at it. Oh my god. It's MilcaT. Et si tu n'es pas content, ça veut dire que ça c'est la jalousie.
Anytime anybody would reach out to me about one of my videos, one thing I always say is like, do you have any suggestions for me? Like, I always ask you guys if you guys have any suggestions, and a lot of the suggestions were on relationship. And they were like, oh yeah, like you should talk about relationship, or a lot of the topics that I have with people that we talk about is also about relationship. Anytime I watch like videos about relationship or whatnot, I always look for like that person's like personal experience, because it makes it more relatable and more credible to me, right? So I was like, ugh, if I'm gonna really do one of these videos, like I need to be able to share like what like I've experienced as well, but I don't want to, because I mean, if you guys know me, like, you know, I'm super private about that part of my life. Like, I just don't talk about it. Like, I can talk about relationship in general and I can share like my friends' experiences or whatever, but like to be like to right out say like, hey, yeah, I used to talk to so and so and blah, like it just makes me so uncomfortable. I don't know why. And the reason why I actually decided to do it was when a guy actually suggested that I make a video on relationship. I was like, what? Dudes want to talk about that kind of things too? Like, what? So when a guy asked me, I was like, yo, maybe I really should do it. But basically what he told me was like, he just feels like a lot of young people really struggle when it comes to relationship, and that there should be more open dialogue about relationship. So I'm gonna put out all the questions that I've gotten, you know, that I felt like is something that I should discuss from like you guys. I'm gonna put them together and answer them the best that I possibly can. I'm gonna try to share my experience, and guys, I promise I'm gonna try to be so serious in this video. Like, I'm gonna, like, this is a serious video, guys. It's serious. First disclaimer, if you're under the age of 18, you're probably still in high school, you know, you're trying to have a bae because it's cool and because everybody's having a bae, like, this video is not for you. This video is basically for people who are dating with a purpose. If you're not dating with a purpose, this video is not for you. Because in everything that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to try to relate it to, like, you know, having a future with that person, and, you know, potentially like having like a forever, right? Because I mean, we grown in here, like, we don't have time to play games, like, we don't have time. Hello, like, guys, life is so short and there's so much that has to be accomplished and has to be done. Playing dating games is just not one of them. That's just me though. That's the first disclaimer. Second disclaimer is, based on my religious background, right? You don't get intimate until after marriage. Obviously, people fall, there's temptation, la da 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 da. So when I'm talking about like the talking stage, literally what I'm doing is talking. Like, that's it. Like, nothing else happens. And I know like people from like different religion, different backgrounds, or like who believe different things. Like, the talking stage could be like a variety of things. Dating is when you guys are actually a couple. When you guys are talking, you guys are just friends trying to get to know each other. But you guys have established that, hey, like, we like each other and we would want to eventually get into a relationship and become a couple, you know? So yeah, that's what I mean when I say I'm talking. Like, I've never actually let myself like date anybody. Okay, so the first question is, what do I look for in a relationship? And guys, this one's deep. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Happiness. To be happy. To feel happy. That's it. That's, like, I don't even ask for too much. Like, you guys thought I'd have a list, right? No, I want to be with someone that I'm proud of, that can be like, yo, that's my man. Yes, you know, like, that's amazing. That's all I look for. That's it. Like, can I just be happy? Can I be wowed? Like, is that too much to ask? And I was talking to my friend about I was just talking to my friend, and she said something. She was like, you know what, Milka, I feel like the reason why you won't let yourself date anybody is because you just want to be single. You like that freedom. And I was like, you know, you were going, you had something there. You were going somewhere with that. But the issue is, because I've always been single, right? Being single is like my comfort zone, right? If I'm going to be in a relationship with somebody and I'm worse off, or I'm less happy than I was when I was single, why would I be in that relationship? what am I gaining? I'm unhappy. He's rude. Why would I want to be in that relationship? You know, like, it's like that's literally what I base everything on. Like, if I'm like talking to a guy, just certain things that he does that I like just makes me really uncomfortable, makes me unhappy. I'm just like, that's what's been happening like 90% of the time. And that's why I'm like, dating in 2018 and 2017 is so hard, because I swear men are built so differently in our generation. Like, they're just not the same. Like, people like your dad, your mom, even women, I'm not even gonna lie, even us women, we're built completely different. Like, we don't have the amount of tolerance and patience women back in the days do. We're very impatient. That's kind of a clash. And then like the guys, like, they're not as strong, they're not as manly, like they're not as like assertive. Like, they can like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared, like, what if she doesn't like me? Oh my gosh, like, should I talk to her, should I not talk to her? Like, it's like if you're a guy and you like a girl, just go and tell her. The worst she can do is maybe like laugh at you and like say no, but like, you're not gonna die. You're acting like she's gonna stab you, you're acting like she's gonna kill you. Honestly, the worst she can do is say no. No. And if you've prayed to God and God has showed you that girl's the one for you, keep on trying. Like, you know, if she says no today, try next year. How do you know someone is serious, and what do you consider as red flags? Or what are red flags or whatever? Okay, when it comes to like how you know somebody's serious, like, honestly, it's different for everybody. Like, everybody has a different story. I feel like it depends on your standards, right? For me, my standard and how I know somebody is serious is when I see that that person really is trying to make me happy. Happiness is the key, guys. That's all I'm looking for in life. I just want to be happy. My standard of like serious is somebody who actually is trying, putting in the effort to make you happy. And obviously we're human. In every relationship there's gonna be ups, there's gonna be downs. You're not gonna be happy all the time. But I want the guy to be able to try. You know, there's some guys who just don't care. Like, if they're fine, regardless of how you're feeling, regardless of how uncomfortable you are in a situation, regardless of how unhappy you're in a situation, if they're fine, they're not gonna do anything about it. Or like, they're gonna take their sweet time to do it, right? What is important for me is to be happy. If you make the effort doesn't mean you're always gonna succeed, but you're making the effort to make me happy, and I see that and I notice that you're taking actions. Like, to me, that's what I feel is like what shows me that a person is serious and actually cares about me. And I'm a very easy person to please, I feel. Some people may disagree, but I feel like I'm a very easy person to please. So I would almost, and a lot of times I try to, this is so bad, oh my gosh. But you know what? I talked to some of my friends and they say they do this all the time too. I create conflict and I want to see how that person goes about resolving it, goes about, I can't speak English. I create conflict and I watch how the person reacts to it and how they go about resolving it, right? And a lot of the times the conflicts that I create, like, what my goal when I create these like conflicts, it could be the easiest thing. You might have just like not opened the door for me and I get upset. I'm not really upset, but you know, I get upset because I want to see how you react to like my unhappiness when I'm uneasy, when I'm uncomfortable. Like, I want to see what you would do, right? And the goal is, like, when I express that conflict, the goal is to put the guy in a place where he has only two choices: to walk away or to step up and do what it takes to make him happy, right? And 100% of the time, they walk away. That's how I know they're not the one for me. Because like, can you imagine getting married to a man, like every time you're unhappy and you express it, they do nothing about it? They're like, oh, let's pray about it. If you're a religious person, you encounter guys like this all the time. How can I tell you I'm unhappy, this is wrong, and you have the ability to take action, even though it's not that deep, but you have the ability to take the action to make it okay, and you're sitting there and your lazy self, your incapable self, you're sitting there like, oh, let's pray about it. Let's pray. God is in control. Like, God, that makes me so mad. Like, there's nothing that I hate more than like religious people using religion to do absolutely nothing. I hate it with everything in me. Like, I cannot stand it. Can you imagine? Like, oh my God. And I swear, every time this happens to me, I'm like, Lord God, what did I do to deserve this? Not something that I create. Like, I can solve it myself and I could totally be fine. Like, I can put up with it. But I just want to see, like, do you care about me enough to actually put me in a comfortable space where I'm happy? You know, God forbid in the future, like, I need your help and I need you to step up and to be there for me in a certain way, and I express that to you and you just tell me to, like, let's pray. Like people act like God did not give you like fingers, hands, a brain cells, legs, the ability to think. Like, it's one thing, like, okay, God, like, this is what I want to do. You pray about it, and then you take action. I'm 100% here for prayer, right? But if you use prayer as an excuse not to do something, you're an issue. There's something wrong with you. And that's obviously, like, that happens in every religion. Like, there's always somebody who always abuses it, okay? Like, women have so much to lose in a relationship, and if I see that the person that I'm with, like, first of all, I'm going to be giving already, I'm going to have to give up a lot already to be married. Like, I'm probably gonna have to move. I'm leaving my family to be with yours and with you, right? Can you imagine how miserable I would be as a person if the guy that I end up getting married to doesn't do anything to make me happy? He's just there every day, every time, 24/7. Let's pray about it. Like, as if God did not give you the ability to change situations. The red flag, guys, people who abuse religion. Let's talk about red flags. Even before you catch feelings, even before you start talking to the guy, even before you start dating him, the one thing you should always do is check his Instagram. Actually, I have a quote about it. I found the quote. The quote says, "Do you want to know a man's real interest? Look at who he follows on IG." Not only that, let me take it a step further. Not only who he follows on Instagram, look at what he likes on Instagram. Those likes, look at where they're going. And this has really saved me from like so much disaster. Now, you guys, if you've seen my Instagram, you know I'm a pretty modest person in the way I dress, you know, more modest than like most people. Some people may think that I'm not modest enough. Some people be like, oh my gosh, she's really modest. Like, she doesn't show anything, like no cleavage. Oh my gosh, how? If you look at me, what I stand for, you know the kind of person that I am, right? So explain to me why, when I go on your Instagram page, you're following people like K. Michelle, like Kim Kardashian, all these Instagram models. Like, somebody explain to me, like, if that's the type of thing you like, why are you approaching me? I'm waiting. Like, why? These are women who have absolutely everything out. Like, talk about like overexposed. Like, everything is just bare. Like, everywhere, all the time. Everybody has seen it. I'm not that type of woman. Like, the moment I see something like that, I just know, like, I'm definitely not the girl for you. Like, clearly you're confused. Clearly you don't know what you want. And obviously, like, from there, I'm just like, yeah, no, your interests don't align with what I believe in, what I stand for, and who I am. Therefore, it's a no. You could almost always predict his behavior, his characteristics based on what he posts, based on what he follows, based on what he likes, you know, on Instagram. So if you feel like this isn't the kind of man, like, based on like all of that, this is not the kind of man that I want to be represented by, because at the end of the day, whoever you get into a relationship with, whoever you call your partner, whether it's like your boyfriend or your husband, they're a reflection of you, right? So when you go out and like you're like, when a guy asks you out or like is showing interest, like, you should really look at them and be like, is this the kind of person that I want to represent me? Like, is this something that I'm going to be proud of based on like his characteristics, what he believes in, what he stands for, the way he speaks, the things he entertains, right? Because there was a situation where like, obviously there was one guy who was a bit more persistent, and I was like, and I asked him, like, because I knew, like, based on like what I've seen on Instagram and on Facebook, like, you're not the kind of guy I would want or I would be proud to be like, yeah, this is my man. So, but he kept on being persistent. I was like, you know, dude, like, I see what you've liked on Instagram and I see what you're interested in, and I'm nothing like that. And I want to ask you, like, why are you so persistent? Like, what, like, I'm nothing like these women. Like, clearly you like these certain type of things. Why are you approaching me? And he goes, oh no, like, I'm gonna follow all these women. And I'm like, You really don't have to. Like, I'm not judging you. I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm just saying, like, we don't align. Like, we're not there, right? And he goes, I will unfollow them because I'm trying to impress you. He's just doing it to impress me. Not even because he wants to. He's doing it because he feels like that's not what I like. And he's trying to impress me. But like, imagine if I had made the mistake of like getting to a relationship with this guy, and I've made the mistake of, you know, getting married to this guy. Can you imagine now, after he's done impressed me? Obviously he's impressed me enough to get me to say yes to him and to, like, you know, get married to him, and he goes back to that kind of behavior. Like, I would look mad dumb to be walking around with a guy that, you know, I'm sitting here all covered up talking about, oh, women, like, you should be intellectual, like, don't expose yourself like that, and my man is on Instagram. Do you guys understand the conflict here? I would look mad stupid. Like, I would look so dumb. I really hope, and obviously, like, I'm human, and I really hope I don't make the mistake of, like, ever ending up with somebody that will embarrass me like that. Check the Instagram, guys. Take the action to just let it go. Like, obviously you're gonna be single and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like, I could have had him, like, I could have been not single. But do you really want to be in a situation where you're looking stupid because of a man? Is that really what you want? Like, think about it.
Donc, petite, bientôt attends MilcaT. Oh my god. It's MilcaT. Et si tu n'es pas content, ça veut dire que ça, c'est la jalousie.